The alarm clock on your smartphone rings, and from that moment on, you're being tracked. A variety of apps monitors pretty much everything you do. What time you wake up, which news you read, where you do your jogging, how far and how fast you run, where you commute, and how long it takes you, the content of your shopping basket, which delivery food you order, and even your preferences when it comes to dating partners. All of this is recorded, processed, and analyzed. The goal? Understand what makes you tick and influence your behavior, or sell this information to the best offerer. This process repeats so often and extensively that we've become numb to it, forgetting that this is not some dystopian imagining of the future, but the present. Global tech companies, such as Google and Facebook, provided free services that billions of us cheerfully use, enabling the providers of those services to monitor our behaviors in astonishing detail. They persuaded us to give up our privacy for the sake of convenience, and now they know more about us than we know about ourselves. The personal information gathered is used not only to predict our behavior, but also to influence and modify it in a way that is invisible to our eyes. And while our personal experiences are commodified, there is very little supervision by governments. But can it be that we find ourselves in a new era of capitalism, where tech companies want to control every aspect of what we do for a profit? Framed in this way, Google Maps, for instance, is no longer a service that offers you directions, but a watcher that registers your every location, choice, pause, action, and inaction, all so that some other app can market to you based on the behavior pattern you have freely volunteered. The checks your phone makes for new Wi-Fi networks across the city register the time and location of your access requests, allowing marketers to check which shops you've been into or walked past that day, the food you bought, the bus you took to work, the time you arrived to pick your children up from school. This could also help answer why Facebook bought WhatsApp. Even though WhatsApp encrypts the message content of its users, Facebook still watches when you access the app, who you spoke to, which groups you are in, the times you sent a video or a picture, the notifications you choose to ignore, the ones you attend to immediately, and so on. In a nutshell, while originally intent on organizing all human knowledge, Google ended up controlling all access to it. We do the searching and are searched in turn. Setting out merely to connect us, Facebook found itself in possession of our likes, dislikes, and secrets. And in seeking to survive commercially beyond their initial goals, these companies realized they were sitting on a new kind of asset: the information about our every thought, word, and action, which could be traded for profit based on predicting our needs. But now, if these companies can mine the world's data in minute details and accurately predict our behavior, what is to stop them from modifying the outcomes of our daily lives? Most importantly, are they actually doing it, with us not even knowing? The answer is yes. This became frighteningly clear with the famous augmented reality game Pokemon Go, which was funded by Google. While on the surface, the game masked the noble goal of taking gamers outside and into the real world, the players actually stumbled straight into an entirely fabricated reality, designed to herd its users toward commercial opportunities. Right after the game's launch in 2016, its creators revealed that attractive virtual locations were for sale to the highest bidder, and thus signed profitable deals with McDonald's, Starbucks, and others to direct Pokemon hunters right to their front doors. The players think they are collecting Pokemon, while they are in fact playing an entirely different game, one in which they are the pawns, walked straight through the doors of shops they didn't even know they wanted to visit. And Pokemon Go is just one example of Google and others' vast capabilities to tune and manipulate human action at scale. Facebook, for instance, conducted and published a massive psychological experiment on over 689,000 users, manipulating their news feeds to assess the effects on their emotions. It was found that when user timelines were manipulated to reduce positive expressions displayed by others, people produced fewer positive posts and more negative posts. On the other end, When negative expressions were reduced, the opposite pattern occurred. The results suggest that emotions expressed by others on Facebook influence our own emotions in a significant way, constituting experimental evidence for massive-scale emotional contagion. In other words, Facebook has the ability to make you and the rest of the world feel good or bad, just by tweaking what shows up in our newsfeed. What harm might flow from manipulating user timelines to create emotions, you wonder? Well, all marketing experts know that our emotions play a big role in our purchase decision. When feeling down, stressed, or vulnerable, people are much more likely to make certain purchases rather than others. And so, social media companies may be able to manipulate timelines and news feeds to create emotionally fueled marketing opportunities. These companies have the power not only to observe, but to influence our thinking, and they sell predictions to business customers. These are businesses who want to know whether to sell us a mortgage or an insurance. They want to know if we drive safely or recklessly, and what to charge us. And for the tech giants, the best way to make their predictions desirable to customers is to ensure that they come true through behavioral manipulation. In the very near future, as the Internet of Things advances, any device or household appliance could become a platform for advertising, from your car dashboard to your refrigerator. Connected cars could monitor drivers and lock down a vehicle if users fell behind in their payments for it. Our health could be monitored by wearable accelerometers to improve traceability of our compliance with dietary and medication schedules. Eventually, this kind of surveillance might be omnipresent and thereby invisible and fully accepted, shaping a way of life in which people have surrendered their humanity without realizing it. Now, is this inevitable? Probably not. During the past 2 decades, these tech giants have had a pretty free run in what was a nearly law-free territory, and hence amassed unprecedented concentrations of knowledge and power. However, there is growing awareness around privacy concerns, and companies like Google and Facebook are under an increased level of scrutiny for how they use, repurpose, package, and sell their customers' data. So you can expect that digital privacy will be a hot topic for the next few years. In the meantime, there are some practical steps you can take to limit day-to-day online privacy risks. It's up to you to determine how much effort you want to put in to shield your privacy, but you could consider the following actions. Use tracker blockers and ad blockers. Switch from Google to a private search engine. Use end-to-end encrypted messages instead of WhatsApp. Stay away from always-on voice assistants. Use a virtual private network to secure online connections. Carefully check your consents when registering to a new app or platform. Consider deleting your social media accounts, or at least customize your privacy settings. And with this, we're at the end of this video. Thanks for watching High Living, and make sure you like and click the subscribe button for more great tips on how to level up your life.